That's what that's from Sakwade. For young person featuring Sakwade. Alewa. This is Truth Radio, live from Amsterdam Southwest. This is Clipper Play 3A. Very soon, shortly, I'll go to Studio 2. What the news? That's the Truth News. Don't flip that up. My name is Kukusa. Well, Mama Bisi Capudio. That's right. King Sak. I said I can see come on, so do a video not to radio. After the news on hour, exactly 6 p.m. We are Musem. Posted by Cobot. Sablantian now known as Abada Demono. It seems or best at by YouTube. Number Huni. Ablantia Power. Well, Cobot, how are you doing? Lenka bro. Well, make us Studio 2 Nafe Makoma. The news in the hour. Aso.
Okay. Good afternoon and welcome to the news of the week on Truth Radio. My name is Francisca and I'm doing this with
Sika.
These are the headlines. Sexually transmitted infections are rising sharply in Europe. Renewed conflict between US and Iran will cause more hunger and refugees. Man guilty of defacing war memorial during Palestine protest. A Lidl manager sacked over fraud, awarded 170,000 euros in compensation. Now, the news in detail.
The number of sexually transmitted infections, STIs, reached recorded levels in Europe in 2024, the European Centre for Disease Prevention and Control, ECDC, has said. In the Netherlands, the number of people with gonorrhea went from 6,826 in 2020 to 13,952 in 2024. Syphilis cases rose from 1,526 to 2,173 in the same period. In Europe as a whole, cases of gonorrhea tripled to 106,331 in 10 years, while the number of recorded syphilis cases almost doubled to 45,557. The ECDC said, people with symptoms are waiting longer to see a doctor and get tested, and many countries have failed to focus on the prevention of STIs. It wants countries to take urgent action to bring down the number of cases. Most distressingly, between 2023 and 2024, we have seen a near doubling of congenital syphilis, where infections pass directly to newborns, leading to potentially long life complications, the ECDC's Bruno Ciancial said.
Renewed fighting between the United States and Iran is raising concerns about worsening food shortages and a new wave of refugees. Dutch Minister for Foreign Trade and Development Cooperation, Sjoerd Sjoerdsma, said that the situation is deeply concerning. It is extremely worrying that fighting has started again. Sjoerdsma, a member of the D66 Party, said during a trade mission in Shanghai. He warned that the conflict would lead to more hunger and displacement. The war, which broke out in February, has left a Strait of Hormuz largely closed. The important shipping route carries about 20% of the world's oil and gas supplies. It is also a major route for fertilizer shipments, according to the minister. Months without fertilizer shipments through the strait are already causing problems in parts of Africa and Asia during the planting season. That means something for this year's harvest, Shwezdema said, and if it continues for much longer, it would affect next year's harvest as well. The disruption could lead to more hunger and force people to flee their homes. Shwezdema said major aid organizations are already seeing people in Africa and Asia leaving their communities. Some are moving beyond their own regions. Aid organizations are warning of what they call a perfect storm, according to Shwezdema.
A man who sprayed pro-Palestinian slogans on the Dutch National War Memorial during a protest has been found guilty of causing criminal damage. The 25-year-old man wrote, "Never again is now," in red paint during the demonstration in Amsterdam on August 16th last year against Israel's use of military force in Gaza. He was arrested on the spot and told the police he had sprayed the graffiti. The prosecution service charged him with vandalism, but a police magistrate ruled that he had damaged the monument rather than vandalized it. Removing the paint allowed the monument to be returned to its former state, and that is indeed what happened, the court said in its judgment. The judge did not impose any fine or sentence on the man after deciding he had already atoned for his crime by paying $895 in compensation to the city council and undergoing a 3-hour interrogation by police after he was arrested.
Supermarket chain Lidl has been ordered to pay 170,000 euros compensation to a manager who was unfairly dismissed after 17 years service. The man was accused of doctoring the working hours register of the employees at the branch in Rotterdam, but the city's district court said there was evidence of fraud. He admitted that he had removed hours worked by his staff from the system, but he told the court he did so because they would otherwise have rejected by the system because the employees' details were missing. He also said staff were aware of how many hours they were recorded as working because he posted the results in the kitchen canteen. The court found he did not benefit personally from the unrecorded hours. The judge said dismissal was too strong, a penalty for the manager's breach of the rules, and a warning would have been more appropriate, especially given his otherwise exemplary record of 17 years service.
To end the news, a recap of the headlines. Sexually transmitted infections are rising sharply in Europe. Renewed conflict between the United States and Iran will cause more hunger and refugees. Man guilty of defacing war memorial during Palestine protest. Lidl manager sacked over fraud, awarded 170,000 euros compensation. That was the news read by Sika and
Francisca.
Thanks for listening.
Well, Sika and Aso. What? Yes, one of the news Hamikakra about talking about the gonorrhea. What was different? The percentage was it 3,000? What's the difference? The 2023 and 2025.
Okay, so the people almost increased from 1,000 to 2,000. So almost getting 50%. Getting to almost 3,000.
Oh, that is very serious.
Very serious.
And yeah, how many crying say parents no munyana, I mean mothers now monyem no. Betimi transmit it to omonkwala. And as I remember, it would leave like a long-lasting effect.
At times to it me ma nifra brand.
Yeah, now it's the innocent children or more nation or most suffer the consequences of a nema or more parents a year.
And you hear a conversation a bit me a fire bit me as one. What do you advise?
I would say, sir, Ubejai said you'll be sleeping around. I mean, you will stick to one person and you would always get tested.
And that's also using protection. There are many protected methods that you can use to avoid all STIs.
Oh, okay. Madam, I say, and say next week, the same time, I mean, sir, I become a news Utimi Eddie Ebrahim from Truth Radio.